It's interesting. That's an interesting comparison because Osiris and Seth are brothers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Seth is Horus's uncle, and so you have so one of the key um, things in this story for me is that when he finds the spirit, and I do kind of want to, we can see if we'll go through, because we sort of left off with the bird nests in the tree, but he finds this spirit, and the spirit immediately comes out and is going to kill him
Yeah.
by surprise,
Yeah.
and like so there is a very, I don't know if this is a word, but Sethian kind of a thing, like because I think Set was going to kill Horus as well. He wanted to kind of rule, but in
Mm.
this case, we don't see the spirit trying to rule, but we do see the spirit attacking the sun.
Mm.
And I think, to my mind, like from what I know about trauma work, which it always comes back to with me, but that's the lens I look at things through.
Mm.
Um, Ancestral trauma will travel through generations and will affect people's personalities until someone's able to kind of turn and face the dragon,
Mm.
metaphorically speaking, whatever it is that's been, and that's not to say for most people that the past generations made a mistake. Maybe they weren't able to, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you can't say like the obvious example would be like the Jews in the Holocaust. You can't really blame the Jewish people for the Holocaust, right? So
Mm.
same thing, like our ancestors, obviously not that tragically disastrous, but a lot of Americans have most of my family is immigrants, I think 2 or 3 generations back at least. And so you come to a new place, you got to build a new life, you got to work really hard. Like that's not someone's fault for being like, here I am, I have to work, but they also have to deny parts of themselves in order to work that hard.
Mm.
And that kind of heavy work ethic can, over time, atrophy the other parts of the soul
Mm.
that have more of what the sun represents, the joyfulness, the wonder, the sort of trust in the, which I think the father was maybe able to buy him that through his sacrifice and through sending the son to college. So even there, the father is somewhat redeeming himself, even though it wasn't enough. It required the son to continue the journey.
Mm.
So the son, like, he goes to this tree, this family tree, if we're going to look at it that way, and he goes into the roots of it. He goes into the past. He goes down into like the dark where things are hidden, and he finds there a spirit that is angry and wants to destroy things.
Mm.
And I would have a hard time not mapping that onto the father's like unconscious. The father, I have to work really hard. I can't make enough money. I just want to be taken care of in my old age. I can't even do that. Oh, my son's useless. Like there's some under the surface in the father, there's something destructive. He's
Mm.
reacting like, how do I put this? Like if the father were to have the redemptive experience that the son has of the father changing his mind and saying, "Oh, I'm just going to trust my luck. Oh, I'm just going to, if God wants me to succeed, I'm going to succeed." The what he would have to face his own anger and disappointment at the many years spent not facing this, at the many years spent just toiling under the fear of, oh, this isn't going to be enough,
Mm.
this is going to destroy me. If I let this out of, if I follow my luck and my wonder, if I just let God's will determine things, I will be destroyed.
Mm.
He's carrying that story in his head. That's why he has to work so hard. And
Mm.
yet, when the son goes to find what is, I would say, what is God's will for him, this gift that his ancestors have buried under the tree, or that's buried with his ancestors under the tree, he has to face that spirit that his father's been carrying
Mm.
of, if I turn towards this, it's going to destroy me. I can't let it do that. I have to work really hard.
Mm.
And to sort of step back from that, I have to work really hard. Then that spirit of anger, of that destruct, then that turns on you because you've been carrying that fear of destruction for so long. And so the son has to kind of prove himself against this spirit in
Mm.
order to earn the thing that his father was not able to earn.
Mm.
So that's like the crux of the whole story for me is
Mm.
is the fact that he finds it under the tree and the spirit first tries to kill him. And then once he proves that no matter what the spirit says, he's not listening to it. He's like, no, I'm going to put you back in the jar. I'm not going to let you out of. Like he
Mm,
maintains this position of authority over
mm.
what the spirit is telling. He doesn't like his father would be like, oh yeah, you're going to destroy me. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
he
let you
would.
know. He would just sort of give up. But the
Yeah.
son's like, no, I'm gonna stand as an authority against this spirit. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that if you want to interpret it that way, it seems like having this whole big thing stuffed into a bottle does seem like appropriate for some kind of emotional suppression, something like that. There's this big thing that's very dangerous and dynamic, but we're going to just pretend like this little kind of thing, compartmentalize it.
Mhm.
Wait, just to be clear, compartmentalizing is an important skill in life temporarily when you need to not break down or not you can't really address something, but also, yeah, there's the danger that you start to just you're always compartmentalizing and you're always pretending life is just the physical things around me and the material things, the money and everything. And then there was like 50 things now that I've compartmentalized. And then suddenly, my marriage is failing, or I have an ulcer that doesn't have a physical cause. And then I've been compartmentalizing all the time, so I have no idea how to deal with things. And then when I try to open a bottle, it does seem like it can kill me.